Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? I want to be honest and say Index is wild right now. Like, I honestly never expected a show um, that I watched way back when I wasn't even heavy in anime, like learning the release dates or learning like what the manga was compared to the anime. This was one of the shows I was watching even back at those times when I was just a casual. And to come back to it, um, seeing this type of progress is phenomenal. I couldn't be happier with what they're pretty much doing altogether. And sorry if I start focusing on Sekiro. I'm still pretty new at it. Once I get really good at it and can pretty much play this game without even noticing it's in the background, that's when the magic starts to happen. But what we get with these characters this week is pretty easy to um, you know, understand, and I think that's kind of one of the like jarring points of this show is there's so much going on that you kind of forget that there's angels and just all these different things that they're trying to incorporate throughout the show. But at the end of the day, when you get to the battles or you get to just the overall reasoning behind some people um, just taking the sides that they're taking, or just in general, this week was pretty much learning why um, this guy is doing the things that he's doing, in the sense of why is he seeking power? Why is he trying to save the world the way that he's trying to do it? And if he does do it, what's going to be the outcome for the people who are already happy and complacent in the world that they live in right now? So it's really playing on uh, this god complex that usually every supervillain gets, and I think it's good for this show because I mean, to be fair, I feel like this guy is kind of lackluster anyway. Um, as you can see in the like towards the mid range of this show, he absolutely slaps Toma like effortlessly, right? But at the same time, Toma is about to effortlessly slap him, I feel. Like, it's just that feeling of he's seen so much stuff and he continues to see a whole bunch of stuff. There's no way someone who, like he said, who hasn't even saved the world or, saved somebody that meant the world to him, he doesn't really have the right to talk about saving anything. So it's coming down to a really weird instance of Toma really talking about stuff that he should have been pretty much already doing. Um, I mean, he talked a big talk about Index and protecting her, but come to find out, he has a lot more people that he's continuously met throughout the times. And to think that he's only supposed to protect, only one of them is a pretty daunting task uh, for him to be thinking of it at first. But you got to remember, he's like all their heroes at times. Like, he's even Misaka's hero, and she's like one of the strongest people around. And sure, she won't admit that, but that's just how it is. He's done things for people who should be like 7 times stronger than him, and he's just that guy. um, but yeah, I love the fact that we still kind of don't know where the whole ending of this is going to go. We got Toma losing his arm, and as soon as he loses it, some ability or like the thing from season 2 pretty much starts snapping out. I think someone told me it was dragon or something. Um, but it starts snapping out, and because of that, we're looking at easily some of the craziest like battles that could go down, and somehow, some way, this man is like, oh, I got a new, my power is about to activate. He's like, I'll do this on my own. Like, Toma is so confident. He is talking to a power that manifested out of this, just out of this random moment just now, right? He's talking to it as if he already, knew A, what it was going to do, which clearly he knew what it was going to do, but B, he's talking to it like he already has kind of coexisted with it, or he's already kind of made some type of understanding with it, in the sense of uh, kind of like Shield Hero, or kind of like shows where there's something nagging at the character, but they might not necessarily know what it is, but at the same time, they understand that it's there for either a reason, or it's there for their benefit when they can really understand how to use it. So in this case, it seems like he's maybe had some call-ins with it or something, but not really. It just honestly feels like whenever his arm is like removed or his hand is removed, I think it was his arm the first time too, but whenever that happens, it's just the trigger for letting loose the true beast that comes with the Imagine Breaker, and even seeing it fully assimilated, being absorbed into something else completely. It pretty much was like a hoax and ended up being like nothing to the kid. It's these types of things that make you wonder what is, like going to happen in general. I mean, they played this so good that I feel even though I saw everything that happened, I still have no idea what the heck just happened. Like, his power manifested, and then somehow he was the one to manifest something else while his power was going on, and Imagine broke his own power, because it had an attack already brewing up and ready to go, and then next thing you know, you can hear him literally breaking it and deleting it. So that's how ridiculous this episode really got. Just with using sound effects, you kind of have to go off of what they're trying to tell you, and my god, were they telling us this was an amazing episode. um, Let me know how you guys are feeling about all this. We are in quite a lucky prediction right now, because we can either predict that Toma is going to handle it all, or with how things are turning up, uh, it might be Accelerator who gives the little bit of a nudge that he needs to get an advantage or something. Because from what I can tell, it feels like Accelerator from just the previews. And if you don't want to hear anything from here on out, I'm just going to talk about previews for a little bit. From the previews, from what I could see, seeing Accelerator completely blasted in the face, and not only that, looking like he's either in a battle that he probably didn't start himself, like he's interjecting, or he is finally accepting the backup role of helping Toma, and this is maybe him sacrificing himself to at least give Toma another shot at fighting or something along those lines. So that's just my first instincts of what I saw. But the other thing that really kind of piqued my interest throughout this episode was, oh my lord, was the simple fact that, oh, this is actually pretty good. The simple fact that uh, in the previews, there's the people who are dealing with Index are seemingly like teaming up on one guy, and because of that, it feels like that battle. There's two instances where it feels like it should be over relatively quicker than they are, but they keep playing with them in the same exact manners. And by what I mean by playing with them is every single episode we have seen where this has all started to take place, it's always started with the flame guy at Index, and then it goes into the story, which by the way, the fight between the level 0 and the level 5 was hype. Um, but all the story, and the next thing you know, they jump into, the end game and the highlight and stuff that's gonna leave implications for the next episode. But then at the very, very end, it's always Misaka. Always Misaka, okay? I, I'm not mad about it. I just think it's hilarious. I just think it's pretty much like a running gag at this point, that feels like. Um, but at the same time, I'm not mad in the sense of I just want to know what she's going to do. It just feels like they're really playing this coy moment, but hey, it's whatever. But for that, my anime people, we will talk about it next week in the season finale, I believe, or yeah, I think we're close to the season finale. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to talk about that, and I need to focus on this fight, so I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case it is when you watch this. It is nighttime for me, so good night, and I will talk to you in the next one. But other than that, I hope some new animes are dropping relatively soon with all these season finales, man. It's getting crazy. It's getting so crazy. But I am the Anime G, and I will talk to you in the next one. Later.